Hi, I'm Niall Heaney. Today we're taking a look around a Galeon 390 Flybridge cruiser. The boat was built in 2008 and it presents just like a new boat. It has done less than 10 hours running and it's virtually unused. It was commissioned in 2010 and the boat has really not been used by the current owner. The sleeping accommodation has never been used. The galley has never been used. The cooker, the refrigerator, they all still have the original wrappers on them. I mean, the boat is just like a new boat. It's in fantastic condition. It represents excellent value for money. It's located here in Ireland, and the boat is on the hard. It's been out of the water now since the autumn of 2011. It's been properly winterized and stored. It's in very good condition throughout, and it's just a fabulous 40-foot Flybridge cruiser. I think it represents a great alternative to the typical British brands. It's got a great sort of European style and panache to it. The boat has a phenomenal spec as well. We've got teak decks throughout. We've got an onboard generator, flat screen TV, DVD player. We've got Webasto heating on board. It's just everything you could need in a great cruising boat or an inland boat for weekends entertaining or extended trips on the water. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have a walk through the boat, show you all the features on board, give you an idea of the condition that this one's in, and hopefully help you to make a decision whether this could be the right boat for you. This boat has an extremely high quality feel, and it starts right at the swim platform. It's a very deep, it's in excess of 3 feet deep. The swim platform extends the full width of the boat. We've got nice chunky stainless steel handrails, both across the transom and also either side of the swim ladder. We've got a three-step swim ladder, and then we've got a stainless steel and glass open and transom door, which locks in the open and closed position. It's a nice wide transom gate and gives easy access into a huge cockpit area here. Really nice size. We've got a full width bench seat across the back in factory upholstered finish there, and we've got a sliding glass entry door into the cabin. Again, it's a nice solid heavy feeling unit. I must apologise about the noise before we go on. There is a boat being moved in the shed next door, so if you hear funny noises, it's coming from the shed there. But we've got this sliding glass door. Obviously, it's all in perfect condition. The seals are perfect. There's absolutely no ingress of water into the saloon there. We've got Flybridge steps. Again, they're laid in teak, with chunky handrails on both sides to give safe access up onto the Flybridge itself. And we've also got teak laid steps on the port and starboard side, giving access up onto the side decks of the boat, so that obviously we have full walk around access. Coming in from the aft cockpit then into the saloon, we've got a nice U-shaped lounger seat on the starboard side, and then we've got a single seat facing that on the port side. The seats are around a nice, it's a large cherry wood table with a folding leaf to give easy access past that. You'll notice we've got teak floors throughout the saloon here as well, and you notice all the sort of quality touches on this boat. We've got a nice beige and brown velour headlining. We've got this lovely light feature over the top of the table. We've got the cream leatherette interior all the way throughout the saloon here, and lots of other just real quality touches the whole way throughout this boat. On the port side, when we come into the saloon, we've got our distribution panel for the 12 volt and 230 volt AC systems. So this is a bespoke Galeon system. We've got individual breakers on all our 12 volt equipment here. We've also got the main on-off switches for the main items of 240 volt equipment. We've got a touchscreen control panel, and then above that we've also got a control panel for the Fisher Panda onboard generator. We've got our stereo controls and our heating controls as well for the Webasto diesel heater. Also behind the this port side seat, we've got our pop-up flat screen TV. So that's on a motor which raises and lowers the TV when you want to use it. We've got a nice stylish galley arrangement in this boat. The galley's up as well, so it's, you know, if you're preparing food, you're still in the midst of it all socially. We've got a nice deep single drainer sink. We've got a huge refrigerator which has never been used on this boat, like pretty much all the rest of the equipment. The original owner's manuals are still in there. Isothermal refrigerator. We've got a twin burner alcohol electric stove. Again, that's never been used. And then we've got lots of storage both below the counter and also in these overhead units with a couple of downlighters set in there as well. So it's nice and bright. It's all like the rest of the boat. It's all very clean lines. It's easy to keep. There's low maintenance, and it's perfect for cooking meals if you're away for the weekend or on extended cruises. Like I said, the boat's fitted with a pair of Volvo D4 260 stern drive engines. So it's a total of 540 horsepower. The engines are in extremely good condition, and they've run less than 10 hours. The port engine currently is 9.3 hours on the clock, and the starboard engine is 9.9 hours on it. The boat's not even running yet. The helm position itself is very commanding. We've got a twin wide helm seat, which is a fixed position, but I mean, I'm sort of average height, and I find it nice and comfortable. We've got good visibility through the forward screens and also through the side screens. There are power opening windows on both the port and starboard side, so if you want to communicate with your crew whenever you're berthing the boat, that's easy to do. The helm itself is very well finished in this cream leather material and a wood effect dash. Along the top tier, we've got a full suite of Volvo engine instruments, giving us all the major information that we need for the two engines, and also our tank levels and things. It's obviously bang up to date Volvo's EVC system, relaying all your major engine information electronically, and you've got all the benefits of the Volvo EVC system and the proven reliability of those D4 engines. Below that then we've got a full set of 12 volt switchgear for all the main bits and pieces of 12 volt equipment, including their bilge pumps, blowers, fresh water pumps, waste pumps, speed and depth logs, the power windows, the wipers. This boat has both port and starboard screen wipers, which are proper big pantograph ones that are well up to the job. And then we've also got our bow thruster controls here for the side power bow thruster. We've got our Raymarine ST60 Plus speed and depth log. We've got the trim tab controls for the Volvo QL trim tabs on this boat, our EVC panel, and our fly-by-wire throttle here controls as well. So everything you need. This boat has only ever been used in fresh water on an inland lake in Ireland, and the current owner decided not to put any electronics on the boat, so it's completely blank for you to spec your electronic equipment as you see fit. We've got a nice big panel here for mounting GPS chart plotters, VHF radios, radar systems, whatever you think is appropriate for your cruising area. And like the rest of the boat, the helm's totally unmarked. Everything is in perfect working order. Just before we go downstairs, I just wanted to point out another couple of very practical features in this boat. I mean, for all its sort of style and European panache, this is a very practical cruising boat. We've got a couple of things just to point that out. We've got screen demisters on here, which are very useful if you're cruising in bad weather or on cloudy days and things. Keeps the screens nice and clear. We've also got overhead red LED lights, so if you're cruising at night time, you can switch off all the Saloon lights, switch on your red LEDs and preserve your night vision for nighttime passage making. Coming forward in the boat, then we come down 3 steps into a large lobby area here. The steps are solid cherry wood with a chrome support pole. They're lovely, as is all the joinery on board. and then we've got this large lobby with doors leading off to the forward master cabin, second double cabin. We've got our shower compartment on the starboard side and our heads compartment on the port side. We've also got the third berth in below the galley area there as well, so it's just behind the steps. So we'll take a close look at all the cabins now. So the forward master cabin has a good area of floor space just at the foot of the bed. We've also got plenty of storage there underneath that bed. It's a full double island berth with a really good headroom above it. We've got an open and port light just over the centre of the bed. We've got two reading lights at the head of it. We've got cupboard space running down both sides of the cabin, and another couple of open and port lights. And then we've got huge hanging lockers on both the port and starboard side. These are also lit. I think we've got a bulb out there in the port side cabin, the port side locker, but the starboard one is fine. So nice big hanging locker, additional cupboard above it. We've got steps for easy access up onto the berth on both sides of the boat. We've got a couple of sockets up here, and we also have heating controls on the port side, so you can control the onboard air heating from the bedroom. We have ensuite access into the day heads from the master cabin, yeah, this is a really good size heads compartment with an electric flush toilet. Again, lots of storage behind the vanity unit. We've got a nice porcelain sink, storage underneath, and the whole compartment is obviously lined and drained as well. On the starboard side then we have our dedicated shower compartment. Shower curtain over the door. We've got a bit of storage behind the vanity mirror. We've got an open and port light, and a convenient little seat there. It's teak laid, and obviously it drains down into the shower sump pump in the bulge. To our right hand side off the lobby then we have the guest cabin. Now this is a large double bed laid across the beam. We've got an open and port light giving some natural light and ventilation in there. We've also got a mirror and a few overhead spotlights. Again, we've got huge hanging lockers in here, so there's lots of storage space for equipment and clothes and things on board. And we've got a really good sized area just at the entry to the cabin with full standing headroom for getting changed and things as well. On the port side of the steps, just off the lobby then, is this the third berth. It's not strictly speaking a cabin because there's no door or anything, but there is a little privacy curtain goes on here. It does have its own port light, which you can hopefully just see up there, and a few little storage compartments and things. We've got a reading light over the head of the bed, and a couple of spotlights above. So it's a decent size. It's a single berth. It will accommodate an adult no problem, but it's probably perfect for kids or occasional guests, that berth. A lot of times owners will use it for storage as well whenever it's not in use. Access to the engine room is through this opening hatch in the cockpit floor. So there's no carpets or floor sections to lift. That's one of the benefits of stern drive engines, is that the access to them is really easy. The actual engine room itself is going to be difficult to show in the video, but if you have a look at the pictures on the listing, you get a really good look inside the engine bay. The two D4 260 horsepower engines sit right at the aft end, matched up to the stern drives, giving this boat a really good turn of speed, and also a very efficient cruise as well. The engine is laid in aluminium checker plate throughout. All the main service points are really easily accessible, including the diesel filters, the battery banks, isolation valves, everything that you need to access as part of your daily checklist. And the quality of the engineering installation down there is top notch. All the pipes are well clipped, neatly routed, everything's labelled, and yeah, it easily rivals the premium UK brands in terms of the quality of the fit out down there. This boat's been on the hard for pretty much its entire life, bar I think 2 seasons when she was actually in the water. The hull has never been anti-fouled, as you can tell, and it's in very good condition. The stern drive legs are showing small amounts of surface corrosion on the trim rams, but apart from that they're in very good condition. The anodes are showing little signs of wear. The trim hoses, the trim rams, the seals are all bone dry. The bellows are in very good condition, and just generally the drives are in good condition. They just need a slight clean up. Particularly, sorry, it was the steering rams there. They're just slightly corroded, but apart from that, the drives are in good shape. The DPH drives matched up to the Volvo Penta D4 stern drives, which may give the boat a really good turn of speed, make her an efficient boat to run, and she'll cruise quite comfortably at anything around sort of 20 knots. The hull itself is pretty much unmarked. A few slight areas, slight scuffs and scrapes, which should compound out, but generally speaking the hull's in very good shape. The bow rails, the deck fittings, the rub rails, the engine intake vents, all the details are in very good condition, and just like the rest of the boat are proof that she's done very little from new. We've got wide side decks giving access up under the bow on both the port and starboard side. We've also got high guardrails, and we've got high level handholds as well, so you can get up onto the foredeck of the boat safely, whether you're coming into the dock or sitting an anchor and you just want to sunbathe up here. You can get a set of infill cushions to go on the deck. Now this boat doesn't have that option, but you can do that, so if you want to make this into a sun lounging area, we've got a couple of integrated cup holders there. You'll also notice the deck ventilators, the chrome deck ventilators, for ventilating the heads compartment and the shower compartment on either side of the boat. And this is just a really usable foredeck. Great, it's a great area to relax and spend time on sunnier days. The quality and attention to detail and the practical mooring gear setup is also evident up here. So we've got again deck drains both at the forward end and the aft end of the side decks. We've got a large anchor locker housed a windlass and chain locker below, and we've got a nice big stainless steel chrome finish anchor roller. This boat has a very large flybridge with a dinette seating arrangement on the starboard side around a drinks table, which will easily accommodate 6 or 7 adults. We've also got a swiveling helm seat, so you can rotate that to face the company on board whenever you're not underway. The seat back here at the aft end of the dinette also folds flat, so you've got a full-length sun lounger at the aft end of the flybridge. And there's lots of deck space up here. We've got a closing glass door which is fully sealed, so you don't get any drips down below. We've also got nice high guardrails all the way around this flybridge, so it gives you added security and peace of mind, particularly if you've got kids on board. The only area of complaint really against this boat is up here on the radar arch. The top light bar there has been damaged. I think it was on a road transport, and there's also a little bit of stress cracking across the top of the arch. Now it is cosmetic. The actual arch mounting points themselves are perfect, but that's the only area really that I could find of damage or concern on the boat whatsoever. The deck up here is moulded non-skid. We've got lots of drain holes dotted throughout as well, so it doesn't gather water if you're leaving the covers off. All the seat cushions are obviously completely removable, so you can stow them inside whenever the boat's not being used. The actual helm position itself then is quite sporty. We've got a bucket helm seat which holds you in position nicely. The seating position is low slung, but that's fine because we've got a nice low screen, and we've got all the main engine instruments repeated up here that you're going to need. So you've got your digital tachos with your engine instrumentation readouts on there. You've got trim gauges, the Volvo warning gauges. We've also got controls for the windlass, for the bow thruster, and obviously the EVC system as well. There is an imitation chart plotter shown, sort of fixed here to the screen, but this is purely an imitation unit. Again, purely for the fact that the boat hasn't been used. The owner never got round to taking this off or replacing it with an actual working unit. So again, in terms of electronics, the Flybridge is completely blank for you to spec it whatever way you see fit. So there you have it. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of the specification and the general overall quality and condition of this Galeon 390. As I said, the boat was built in 2008 with less than 10 hours on the clock. It is effectively like a new boat. This boat's built by Galeon, which is now a really well established European yard with a fantastic reputation for building high quality craft that have the substance to match their style. This 390 is no exception. Hopefully it's apparent from the video the quality of the fixtures and fittings on board, the engineering installation as well. It really is top-notch fit and finish throughout the boat. This one's effectively like a new boat with less than 10 hours on the clock. It represents fantastic value for money and a phenomenal saving against the price of either a new Galeon 390 or any similar 40-foot Flybridge cruiser. If you've got an interest in this boat you'd like to discuss, coming to have a look at it here in Ireland, or perhaps the logistics of transporting it to your location, then please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. Just drop me an email or give me a call and I'd be delighted to have a chat about this Galeon 390. Thanks for watching.